So let's move on to hack number two, which is the ad copy formula. Again, I think this is intriguing.
Yes, so with Google, one of the things that people get very scared about is the fact that you haven't got much text. You've only got 25 characters in the blue headline, the ad title. You've only got 35 characters in the second line, and 35 in the third line, and then you've got a display URL where you could put in a keyword that's still only 35 characters. So a lot of people think, hey, there's no way I can write an effective ad. I need more copy? But if you look at any national or local newspaper, if you look at any magazine, you see that they're just full of headlines. If you look at any billboard poster, they're headlines. And the headlines we remember, like "just do it," that's only 3 words, but it's incredibly effective. 9 out of 10 cats. These are little taglines that get stuck in the brain. They're not a whole paragraph of text. So the reason why Google chose this format is they looked at advertising and saw that, you go back to the Madman era, it was effective headlines. Yes, good imagery as well, but essentially it was a hook. It was a headline. And you need to think of your ad as your headline, and your landing page is almost like your flyer or your little poster, which tells people more. And then that's a gateway into a larger relationship with the actual customer. So we have a little formula to help people. If you're not a copywriter, and many people won't be, this formula is very useful because I'm not a copywriter, so it's definitely helped me to think about ads. And the formula is this one. If we pull it up, it's headline: use your keyword, and it's that simple. Now, in the real world, we do variations of that, but the principle is use the keyword. Now, if you've got a long keyword, longer than 25 characters, obviously you have to be a little bit creative. You have to shorten it, and maybe you have to use it again in the description. But it's the principle I want people to get, is it's so important to use the keyword in your headline, to scream out, because that's what people put in. So if you mirror it back, you've already got a really good chance. The second is to give people an actual benefit, not a feature, a benefit to them. The third line could be a feature, or it could be an offer, or it could be a call to action. I like to always have a call to action because I find it always so effective. And if you've got a white paper, if you've got a video, if you've got a demo, if you've got 20% off, if you've got free delivery, add it in, because it will gives people that nudge and that reassurance. And it's a subconscious thing. It helps, especially with people thinking about their overall journey. So when they're thinking about to click an ad, they know what to expect from the next step. But that's why a call to action is so effective. And then you can put in a keyword next to the display URL.
Okay, so let's have a look at your construction of the postal application ad.
Yes.
Can you just pick out the key points there that follow that formula?
Yeah, let's just go through the formula. My headline is a post office application. It marries the keyword. We got a benefit. So 2015 positions are now hiring. And we got a call to action, which is apply today. And then we got a display URL, which is I can also put some keywords in. And because post office was in the actual query, that will also light up. So I've got post office again. I couldn't get application, so I put the word apply. And again, I'm using that extra line, which people may just have the URL, as another kind of call to action.
It's great to see the formula actually in so well used in a real ad there, and in an ad that we know that had a tremendous success rate in terms of click through. So that's great. Okay, so let's look at a few more examples. One close to my heart here in Scotland, which would be haggis.
Haggis. Of how an Irishman in Scotland
Who loves
eating his
haggis?
haggis.
Who loves haggis?
This one's an interesting one because the first ad, they're trying to be clever and mimic a certain southern fried chicken. Um, and they're trying to be clever. This is maybe more of a classic copywriter who's come out of a big city or big agency trying their hand at AdWords, and normally they go, yeah, it doesn't work because this ad may look very good on a page, but it's not very compelling. It's kind of giving me a benefit, but it doesn't really resonate because I'm looking for haggis, not chicken, and there's no real benefit for me other than I'll never look at Scottish food again. That may be good or bad. Our second ad, fresh, authentic, easy to order, lots of benefits. I know it's fresh, I know it's actually haggis, and it's saying it's easy, and it's saying it's quick delivery. Um,
Yeah, and
Fantastic.
the key word in your headline here is obviously buy haggis.
Yeah, buy it. Go ahead and buy it. I'm telling people. So, the keyword. I mean, we're quite lucky with the word haggis. Is not like postal. You know that if someone's looking at haggis, they're either interested in it or they want to buy it. It's a very specific thing. But we're adding an extra keyword because we want to be clear. You can buy haggis. Whereas the first ad, who knows? Who knows what you can do? I mean, I know it's called World Bites, but you're asking me as the customer to make lots of decisions in my head. So just by simplifying it, we have a 2.4% click-through rate compared to a 0.5% click-through rate.
And again, that's 5 times more. These look
Yeah.
small numbers, but they're not. It's big differences. 5 times more effective, and that's just stunning. Okay, so let's look at another example before and after ethnic recipes.
Yeah, so here we haven't actually changed that much because there wasn't that much wrong, authentic and rare recipes, wide selection. But here it said it's free. It's free for what? I'm suspicious now, especially if you're advertising in the UK market. Boy, is the UK market grumpy, suspicious. It's free. It's free, but will I have to give my credit card? Whereas here, just changing, but there's a PDF download. Okay, so I know what I'm getting. I wanted recipes, I'm getting a PDF download. Okay, that seems fair. So again, you're going from a 1.2 to a 2.1% click-through rate.
And again, small changes, almost doubling the response rate. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And example three, we'll move to Wales.
We've moved to Wales. This I was in London recently, and I noticed that there are a lot of 9.95 gym memberships going on. It's become a new sector, but we were testing this product a few years ago, and the test place was apparently Cardiff, because Cardiff people love to go to the gym. Who knew? But they're a very fit city. And in the first ad, this was what the client wanted to run. Um, so it's quite descriptive, tone up, lose weight, or sculpt. That's more of a feature of the service, not necessarily it's a kind of benefit, but
And you can see a real enthusiast, would use those things, tone up, lose weight, sculpture your body. That's what you would use as an expert in that area, but it's not what customers want.
no. So we kind of thought, or we did some interviews, and we kind of came out. But what is the most important thing? The most important thing is it's 9.95. So we put it in twice. It's in here twice, just to emphasize the point. And we put PM to say, it's per month, and it's a spacious fitness suites and latest equipment, because that seemed important to people. But okay, it's 9.95, but is it a box room with old equipment? No, it's a spacious suite. It's latest equipment. It's 9.95, and bang, we got a 10% click-through rate, which is astounding.
Yes, and again, I bet you the owner was pleased when they saw the results of that.
They were astounded. And it was an experiment that went very well. And as you see, that concept has really taken off. now that this kind of cheaper gym, because gyms are very expensive, but there is a market where you can actually, and the whole concept here was to buy up shops. So buy up real estate in towns, and then convert them to gyms, and that you're now seeing going across the country. But that we this was an experiment with AdWords, and with one gym, and it shows you that you can build a whole business by testing things, just using a bit of PPC, obviously SEO and other digital techniques, but quite cheaply compared to before, where you would need a whole nationwide campaign and advertising on TV.
Yes, and with a much greater degree of certainty that it's
Yes.
going to work. I think that's tremendous. And if you've enjoyed this video, you can get free instant access to all 7 videos in the series. Just click the big orange button